the bowels of Netflix, where your fearless co-hosts Isaac and Larry force each other to watch the worst pieces of shit on Netflix. We will go over every bad edit, all the broken dialogue, all the wooden acting, and laugh along the way, because this is the bowels of Netflix! Alright, welcome to the Bowels of Netflix. I'm Isaac, and with me as always is my fearless co-host Larry. How are you doing this week, Larry?
I'm feeling, fresh?
That was a long F.
I'm gonna be honest, I didn't have a plan there. I didn't know where it was gonna take me.
You're just searching for some F word?
And it didn't take me anywhere funny.
You didn't go with funky.
I thought about saying funky fresh.
Ah, see, funky fresh is good.
Is it?
It's very good. Now, Larry.
Yo. I am so excited about today.
Let's get through the business real quick, and then we're gonna plunge into it. We are the Bowels of Netflix, two old friends who hate each other horribly. We make each other watch bad movies every week, and we describe them in excruciating detail. Please visit us on Facebook and Twitter, and email us at bowelsofnetflix@gmail.com. We would love to hear you describe some of these movies you have seen, and you may experience anal leakage if you listen to this podcast.
The Bowels of Netflix is not responsible for anything that goes in or out of your anus at any point.
That absolves us from most crimes, doesn't it?
That's how it works for, car companies and prune juice, right?
So
I'm just not funny. I surrender. I'm not funny. You happy now, Ma? Your baby boy isn't funny. Hot in this motherfucker.
It is very hot. It is sweltering. We
I'm
turn our
almost
AC
nude,
off
and it's very hot.
for you.
Yeah, for you,
so you don't hear our AC running.
Piece of shit.
Fucking assholes. Selfish.
God.
You're selfish, listeners.
Just a bunch of losers.
Okay, so this week I watched the movie Revenge Car about revenge getting back at cars. Or something.
Man, that was one long marquee at the movie theaters.
I think it's called The Car Road to Revenge. And I just want to say right off the bat, we made a bet a couple of weeks ago because we got really hot dog heavy.
Still not sure why, but here we are.
Well, you have a briefcase full of hot dogs, so...
That was the whole thing, yep.
Yeah, that would explain it.
I'm not going to explain why I have a briefcase full of hot dogs.
But you'll have to listen to the episode, I believe, 44, Barely Lethal, to listen to our descent into hot dog madness. But the upshot is, we had a bet about this movie. If there was a clown in this movie, I would mail Larry a hot dog through the United States postal system. If there was not... Wait, no, I'm confused.
You got it backwards.
Yeah,
wait to see how far you would take.
I'm very dumb.
If there was a clown... I said there's no way there's a fucking clown in that movie. So,
I was hoping for clowns.
If there was a clown, I was going to send you a hot dog. If there wasn't a clown, you were going to send me a hot dog.
Man, I'm dumb.
Yeah, I know. That's why I keep you around. You make me look smarter.
Larry, let me tell you. I've had this hot dog sitting on my desk for
we
about
did not
3
record in a
hours
kitchen,
now.
And he just produced a hot dog out of fucking nowhere.
This warm, sweaty hot dog has been sitting on my desk for, at least 2 hours, if not close to 3 hours. And could you verify that's the correct address for you on this envelope?
No, that's our friend's address, you moron.
Okay, well, I'll have to make a new envelope. I can just mail it to him. Anyway, but for illustrative purposes, you can watch me now put the hot dog in this envelope. Just inside a paper envelope.
Oh my god.
No Ziploc bag, no nothing. And we'll readdress it, we'll seal it up, and it's gonna go in the mailbox tomorrow. Tomorrow, by the way, is Sunday. So it'll be sitting in a hot mailbox in July for an entire day before it even starts its journey.
It's gonna cook.
Some 60 miles from New Jersey to Pennsylvania.
You are a fucking master showman, and I congratulate you.
Unfortunately, there were no clowns in Revenge Car to the road of car down.
Yeah,
cars,
no shit,
bad cars.
Sherlock.
Well, I was hoping for a clown. You had so many clowns and killer clowns from outer space that I was I was hoping.
You are something else.
I can't wait to see the condition of the hot dog when it arrives.
It's not going to arrive.
We'll see.
Before you mail it, take a picture. We'll put it on Twitter or the Facebook group or something of it going out. I guess we can just blur out my address. I don't fucking. People can send me whatever. We'll heads. See. Just because I want to. If it does by some fucking miracle come to me, I want to see the before and after.
I think you can't tell it's a hot dog. I mean, it is. If you squeeze the envelope, it's pliable.
People are going to think you're sending me a very modest dildo.
Yeah, it's a cheap hot dog. It might actually be edible by the time it gets there, because it is not made out of actual meat.
Yeah, well, you can eat hot dogs raw, before you cook them.
Usually not after they've been sitting in a mailbox for
I can't.
several hours in July.
I hope that, someone's going to have, an inheritance check that gets totally covered in hot dog juice and ruined.
Oh, God.
So, yes, faithful listeners, Isaac is, in fact, going to attempt to mail me a hot dog, as once
Stay
again,
tuned.
He's made an ill-fated bet that has not gone his way, as is the story of our friendship.
Yeah. I got to stop making bets.
You really do.
Okay, if I don't make any more bets for the rest of the calendar year,
this is
you
how
have
gambling
to mail
addicts
me
are
a
born.
cake.
Mail you a cake in a hot dog size envelope.
Yes, it can be a tiny cake, but it can't be a cupcake.
Has the smell of this hot dog been permeating your fucking lungs for the past 3 hours? Oh
yeah,
my
it's
God.
pretty gross.
Oh,
it's
he
pretty
sniffs
gross.
the envelope. I'm going to be ill.
It's warm now. It is perspiring in the heat. Sweaty hot dogs.
God almighty.
Sweaty hot dogs, the Kevin James story.
That's the name of his autobiography.
Oh, Jesus. Okay, so yeah, we do have a podcast about movies, so let's do that.
Fuck.
The Car: Road to Revenge came out in the year 2019. It's a very recent movie. Mm-hmm. It's actually a sequel for a movie just called The Car.
From the 70s, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I was looking for bad movies today. I actually passed that and thought I should ask him if that's a sequel. So
it is. I don't think it has very much to do, but the original, because there's very little information about this. So one of the fun facts on IMDb or Rotten Tomatoes is both the original movie and the sequel 40 some years later have stars named Kathleen. That's not a fun fact at all.
Who's the fucking nerd making that connection?
God, seriously. Fuck Kathleen, probably. One of them.
Kathleen's mother.
Yeah. So I don't think there's a whole lot of connection for the stories other than Car out for revenge is the plot.
Which is not a new concept.
No, it's been around, but I guess the original, because Stephen King's Christine came out in the 80s, and The Car, the original movie, came out in the 70s. So that did predate King.
Right.
So,
I'm sure there's plenty of stories that predate both of them. Yeah,
that is true.
That's how things work. I mean, generally, these kind of things are a cycle. There'll be another cycle of there'll be a different The Car movie based on these two and Christine,
Just like Garbanzo, the ice cream delivering clown, was birthed from the 1998 or 1988 movie Killer Clowns from Outer Space.
Don't know what you're talking about. Dude, I think you're full of shit and making stuff up, and how dare you.
You got a hot dog coming to you.
Fuck, I will think about eating it.
Oh, God. Don't think about it.
Have you read Christine?
No, actually.
Yeah, I owned it, but never read it. I don't know it anymore, but I never read it either. I never got around to it.
I think it's supposed to be decent for him. Not one of his best, but, a solid book.
Yeah, I think it's one of the side ones more. Is there an adaptation of that film?
Yes.
Stephen King adaptations always seem to be fucking TV miniseries for some reason, but there was a film.
I think there was an actual movie. I don't really remember, though.
Okay. Yeah, I've never seen it.
Yeah, definitely not a culturally important book.
The concept of a haunted car is not an unknown thing.
Yeah, it's also fucking stupid.
There's at least 5 episodes of Supernatural that have the same thing.
It's so dumb. Okay, so, yeah, this is not a very good movie. IMDb is 4.0, which generally is pretty low for IMDb.
That is low.
And Rotten Tomatoes, the audience aggregated is only 25%, which is very low. And It does not even have a critic aggregated score because no critics decided to review this movie because it was straight to, I don't know if it was not a Netflix original, but it was like direct to streaming content. So it did not come out in theaters.
That is interesting. Like, there's not a lot of that anymore, especially on Netflix. I mean, we're heavily Netflix based. We didn't see the fucking name of the podcast, you rubes. But like, that's pretty uncommon nowadays, I would say, that not to have like let's call it direct to DVD fucking movie but it's streaming, but it's not attached to a streaming service, It's not a Netflix original or a Peacock original or et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, it came from some studio. I don't even know what studio. I didn't bother looking it up. There's no, I think the main gruff detective, I think I've seen him in other things. He's some character actor, but other than that, like, I kind of recognized his face. Mm-hmm. But yeah, there's no one in it really that I could tell, at least. Very low budget, very crappy. I didn't know the director, didn't know the writer, so. But yeah,
a lot of that going around this week. It's 2 weeks of low budget schlock.
Let's get into it. We open up with spooky car opening credits. I don't know how you can make a car spooky other than close-ups of the front grille and watching the headlights turn on. That's the only way a car can express itself, is turning its headlights on. We learn that in this movie. And we see a car chase, not involving the spooky car from the title sequence.
You don't know those cars are haunted.
Yes, I do. We see a car chase on some grimy nighttime streets. The city, think futuristic Gotham, that's situated about halfway between New York and London, based on the accents of the people. A bunch of them are British, a bunch of them are American.
Interesting.
The
city of Atlantis rose in the Atlantic Ocean between the two nations, and half of New York and half of London settled there. Makes sense. Got it.
Yeah, and revenge cars are rife on the streets. So, yeah, there's a car chase going on. Over the radio, we get an angry dispatcher yelling, "Wait for backup! Don't go after them alone," but our gruff cop responds on the radio, "Negative, I'm not letting this scum get away again."
I love you have a voice for commercials. Like, you could do Dodge Toyota Corolla commercials. Like,
revenge car.
Yeah, give me like commercial patter for Oscar Mayer hot dogs.
Oscar Mayer hot dogs. They're the most delicious hot dog you've ever mailed to one of your friends.
See, I want to buy hot dogs from a man with that voice. I love your like gruff action hero voice. It's the only one you've got, which is not a knock. I love it. So
I will, before I seal that envelope up, I'll whisper into it with my gruff action hero voice. And then when you open it up, you'll hear it. That's
disturbing.
The hot dog will be enveloped in my manly musk.
That's even more disturbing.
I'll spray it with cologne. I'm just thinking of the horrible things I could mail you now. You've opened Pandora's box.
Great. Fucking goddamn.
Okay, so gruff angry cop corners, the car chase ends in a back alley, and he fights the bad dude. And apparently there's a lady who is bound and gagged in the trunk, and the cop wins the fight and lets the bound and gagged lady hit the bad guy in the face with a stick or something. I don't know. This is awful already. So there's going to be a lot of things that don't make a lot of sense, and I'm not going to be able to explain them, so you're just going to have to deal with it. So we cut to a courtroom because, like, you can see from the description on Netflix, there's a DA who's trying to clean up the streets, and he gets killed by cyberpunks, and his car is out for revenge. So immediately your thought jumps to, like, Harvey Dent, who's, almost kind of a jerk, but he's so charming, and he's generally a good guy, and he's, out to help. And so you kind of go to that, and then maybe he gets corrupted, and his car's out for revenge. The DA is...
So the DA is like Harvey Dent, and the car is like Two-Face, is basically what you're saying. That's what
you would think.
Okay,
yeah.
Right. And for those of you who don't know anything about Batman comic lore, just fucking play along.
The DA is an asshole. He is not... And that you see later why... I guess why it makes sense. I don't know. Okay, so...
Oh, good.
I was expecting the DA to be a heroic, sympathetic guy who gets
Sure.
killed by the cyberpunks, and we hate the cyberpunks, and his car goes out to get revenge, and then we're like, go car. Can't believe I'm saying these words.
Yeah, revenge is generally considered a good thing, quote unquote. You know, in the context of movies,
in this
it's
kind
like
of movie, yeah.
you root for the person who's getting the revenge because usually they've been wronged. Ouch. It's
Right. Fucking, what's his face? Qui-Gon Jinn's career.
Liam Neeson?
Yeah, that guy.
Yes. Qui-Gon Jinn's career.
What?
I love that that's how you remember him.
I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything else, honestly. I don't like action movies. Except Die Hard.
Yeah, I guess I haven't seen him in anything either that springs to mind. Whatever.
Yeah. Okay, so we cut to a courtroom where our DA, who we assume is going to be an awesome hero, is arguing against the bad dude the gruff detective, caught in the car chase. To illustrate how bad this dude is, the DA... Oh, this is going to get rough already. The DA has several women held in suspended animation just chilling in their tubes in the courtroom. Because he's like a woman trafficker.
I'm sorry, can we take a step back and...
No.
Okay.
Because I can't explain that anymore.
So, they're the DA's gals, or they're the cops' gals?
The bad guy had the gals, and the DA is like trying to get the bad guy punished, and he has the gals there in the courtroom, still in suspended animation. They're still just in their tube.
Okay.
I don't know if they're frozen or in jelly. It wasn't clear.
All right. Sure.
But this is enough to sway the judge or jury. I wasn't really paying attention, believe it or not. So the bad guy is found guilty, and he's placed in his own different kind of tube and is exploded.
So justice has really evolved.
So he just goes boom into blood jelly in a tube right in the courtroom. Like They say, you are found guilty. They lower the tube over him, and there's some loud sounds, and he looks distressed. And then 2 seconds later, he goes pop, and it's just red paste.
Oh God! If only that was our justice system now.
Seriously.
That is incredible.
So we cut to the DA outside talking to the press. It's very much like Dark Knight, fucking Harvey Dent out talking to the press and smarming it up. The thing that would be different is there's a dude in a suit walking past, holding a clear plastic bag of bloody bad guy paste.
I just imagine it's like a shopping bag.
Almost. Also, why would you use a clear trash bag and not a black one in this situation? I know
right.
It's to show it for the movie, but like, come on. So we cut to a seedy bar fight. It's a bar fight club kind of thing. There's guys fighting in a cage and everyone's sitting around gambling, drinking.
Yeah, sure. Don't talk about it.
We see a rough and tumble gang of cyberpunks. There's a hot chick with short, like, dyed blonde white hair.
Yep.
There's a big, beefy dude with a hulking metal arm. There's a man in old-timey clothes with a very fluffy cravat.
Yep, you're describing a game of Shadowrun.
And there's a cranky-looking Deep South Scarecrow man that looks like the Great Value version of the bad guy from No Country for Old Men.
Interesting.
Then a cowboy shows up and tells them the DA got their secret chip and they're all boned and they have to get the secret chip back in a hurry.
Okay. That happened off screen, or?
I guess, yeah, the DA got the chip from the bad guy that got exploded. Exploded.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we see the DA in his office.
Explosions.
Yeah. He tells his assistant, who's a squirrely little man, that the secret chip is the jewel in his crown.
All right.
And he says he's taking the rest of the day off because he bought a new car and he has a hot date. And he says, I have a beautiful new plaything. And the car ain't bad either.
Yep. Awesome. So our hero, ladies and gentlemen.
We start realizing the DA is a piece of shit. Just a fucking piece of shit asshole. Mm-hmm. And why are we supposed to care about the revenge his car is gonna enact on the cyberpunks. Jesus Christ. So his date, and this is really fucking with me, because I try to somewhat keep up with politics. To a certain extent. It's terrifying and difficult to in this day and age. But the female lead for this movie looks like a great value version of AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, the young liberal congresswoman from, I think, Brooklyn or Bronx. I forget which, but New York.
New York somewhere, yeah.
Yeah. And she's the liberal darling and the bane of conservatives. They absolutely despise her. Yeah. But yeah, this woman looks way too much like her.
That's so weird.
Really messing with me.
Are you sure it's not her?
Maybe.
That'd be a weird turn.
God, it would.
She starred in a shitty sequel remake to a bad 1970s movie.
This movie seems like it would possibly appeal more to conservatives than liberals. Maybe. Just throwing that out there. The Tim Allen kind of movie.
What do we know?
So during the date, and I'm just going to call her AOC because why not? Yep. During the date, AOC pours candle wax all over the table. Mm-hmm. I guess to illustrate that the DA is stuffy because he doesn't like that. He doesn't like candle wax being poured all over the restaurant table at a fancy restaurant where there's someone playing the violin.
Oh, is that okay? I thought it was a sex thing. Okay.
It might be. I don't.
Yeah, because that's like usually that's like the generic movie equivalent for kinky sex involves pouring candle wax on me.
Yeah, but it was just poured on the table, and it was like to illustrate like that he would get uncomfortable because she's breaking the rules.
Okay.
It's weird. Right, sure, I don't know if there might have been some sexual subtext.
I mean, I didn't see the fucking thing, so you tell me.
So they drive home in his new fancy super duper car, which has like DeLorean doors. Not quite DeLorean doors, but they open like vertically.
Suicide doors. Yuck.
Yeah, stupid. I watched this with my wife. I let her out of the crawl space, and she hated that. That made her more angry than almost anything else.
Suicide doors are so dumb.
Yeah.
I'm not a car guy when he stretches the imagination, but there's just looks so stupid.
So during the car ride, they're like kind of flirty for a little while, and it's sort of played up like they've been on again, off again couple. But the woman is kind of not having it at a certain point, and like tells the DA more or less to go fuck himself and to drop her off at home. Our heroic DA says, "No one likes an angry woman."
Awesome.
Yep. And then, as he's about to let her out of the car, he grabs her leg a little aggressively and says, "The world is a fucked up mess, and you're the only thing that ever made sense to me, and I will not stop coming for you until you are mine."
Wow.
Yeah.
Yuck.
So the DA is an incel.
Yeah, that is straight out of the Elliot Rodgers fucking playbook.
Just uncomfortable. That part was really uncomfortable.
That is uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Fuck. So we're supposed to care about this guy when he dies? Is that what you're telling me?
Yes. Yeah, like it's really weird. Ugh. I was confused. So DA goes back to his office, and he's going to try to crack the encryption on the secret chip. And he's, having a glass of whiskey, and he tells his little DA assistant to, "Oh yeah, you can go get your stupid warrants if you want to follow protocol, but I'm going to hack into this thing and break the case tonight." So the cyberpunks break in, and there's a big fight where the DA starts beating up the guy with the metal arm and punches someone else. But the DA gets caught eventually and gets a little bit of light torture. They put his face in some fire.
Sure.
And beat him up a little bit. And eventually they have him tied down to a chair. Southern scarecrow creepy dude makes a big, long, impassioned speech, and he's got this deep South drawling accent. "You think you're a hero." And he, I'm sure he really, thought he was going to win an Academy Award. He put his heart and soul into it, but it's just awful. Like, I expect you to beg for your life.
Oh my God. Gross me out the door.
So, yeah, and then you sort of, you get the idea that, okay, he's the scarecrow guy, he's got a top hat, he looks creepy, he's older, he's kind of the ringleader. You think he's the big bad, is the impression you get here. So, he flips the cop off, and as soon as he flips the cop off, his middle finger splits in half, And we see that it's actually a weird robotic drill. And then he drills through the DA's eye and into his brain. And they chuck the DA off the roof, and he lands on top of his car with his guts hanging out. I think you're muted, Larry.
Motherfucker. I've been freaking out because I can't deal with eye stuff.
Yeah,
I can't. Oh, God.
It's not great CGI for 2019, but it's like close up of drilling in the eye.
I'm gonna actually vomit.
It's uncomfortable.
Christ.
Okay, so the DA is dead. Our gruff detective from earlier shows up the next day at the DA's office. He's working the case. The DA's assistant plays coy about the secret chip. He's like, oh yeah, I don't know who would want to kill the DA. That doesn't make sense. That's weird. The gang of cyberpunks goes to a underground autopsy lair of an evil scientist called the Knight. Evil scientist is poking around in a corpse on the table, yammering about how humans are weak little sacks of blood and didn't get lucky enough to have kick-ass exoskeletons or poisoned stingers. But he's gonna fix that.
Is this Pimp Vorkian from fucking what's that goddamn movie, Last Days of American Crime?
Maybe he like is turning people into weird cyberpunks of like machine people. Like the guy's middle finger is like a Dr. Knight creation.
Weird. So
the cyberpunks confess that they did not get the chip, and evil scientist tells them, "Well, you better go fucking get it." And if you don't get it, I'll squash you to jelly if you disappoint me again.
Yeah, wait a minute. Weren't they there to get the fucking chip? Did they not look for it? Did they not find it or what? They just forget?
Oh, okay, right. So the chip is in the car. That happened at some point. But it's also downloaded into the mainframe of the DA's office or something.
Okay, what is the chip?
It's got a bunch of data about the bad guys.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Already bored.
Yeah.
Needs more fucking clowns.
So, the car is at an impound lot.
Uh-huh.
Because its owner got killed. And
I guess.
Yeah. And it wakes up and gets all pissy. Because it's revenge car. And it kills the innocent impound lot worker and escapes.
Okay, so this is a car.
Yes.
Four-wheeled vehicle.
Yes.
How does it get pissy?
It revs its engine and it turns its lights on.
Okay, so the car does not speak, does not have human features. No. Okay.
No.
So for all intents and purposes, just a car basically driven by a ghost.
Yes. And it is our first introduction to it as a character. It kills an innocent person.
That's really stupid.
Yes, it is.
So it's not even like Kit from Knight Rider could speak, and Herbie the Love Bug could speak, and Inspector Gadget's car could speak.
We'll kind of see later, I guess, why. I don't know. It all fits together, Larry.
Cars
the puzzle
are not inherently frightening.
No. We'll see a couple situations where it's very easy to get out of the way of an evil car.
Oh, God.
Okay, so AOC leaves the DA's funeral. She's in the backseat of, the funeral car with her hot black friend. Hey, Larry, guess who's gonna die?
Let me guess. Is it hot black friend?
Yeah.
Great.
So AOC says, again, just painting the heroic DA.
Isn't written by Stephen King. Who definitely has a habit of killing black people immediately.
Yeah, well...
In his books. Gotta make these clarifications now.
Yeah, seriously. So yeah, the DA is a hero and is great with women, because AOC says, when we were together, he would tell me how to dress, how to eat, how to laugh. Jesus Christ.
Is that...
I mean,
don't understand.
You have to wait until you're married and you own them to do that.
Oh, I mean, just... You gotta make it at least somewhat of a challenge for me here. How is your wife?
Shut up, baby. I'm busy.
Is she laughing in a way that you've told her not to laugh?
She was crying again. She cries a lot. Yeah, it's so annoying. I have to duct tape sponges onto her cheeks. Otherwise, it ruins her makeup. Jesus.
The mental image of that is too funny for words.
Oh, boy. Okay. So back to real life.
Yeah, back to real life. Air quotes.
Yeah, this is a weird random scene. The gruff detective shows up at a random apartment where a teenager opens the door and immediately fires 2 shots at the detective. But he, like, swipes the gun away or something. And then the mom opens the door and talks to the detective, and he's, like, trying to get a lead on the cyberpunks or whatever. And she's, I don't know, it was confusing. She looks like a drug addict. And he makes some comment like, oh, you better get your kid in line, because he just starts shooting people.
Tried to murder me.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Gotham, angry bad city. Crime happens everywhere.
Right.
So we see Metal Arm Guy at a strip club, because of course this movie has to have a strip club.
Yeah, cyberpunk universes are 45% strip club because they're made by nerds.
I was pleased to get 7 titties.
Ah, man, you got 7 titties?
Actual titties.
Man.
There was a lot of side boob, but there was some nippleage. It was definitely like dark cyberpunk strip club. So
some
it wasn't...
nippleage.
Yeah.
Is the name of my other band.
The nipples weren't as clear and succulent as I would have liked them.
Fuck.
But I got some boobies. So yeah, I was happy. Okay.
I got some boobies. You sound like a 55-year-old ant. AUNT, not the insect.
Metal Arm Guy is, playing around with some bubbies, and then he gets up and leaves. He's kind of drunk. The Revenge Car, confronts him in the streets. He runs away from Revenge Car indoors, which, it's a great way to get away from a car.
Yeah, it pretty much solves the problem, doesn't it?
One thing, if you're trying to escape a Revenge Car and you run inside, the one place you probably shouldn't go is right in front of a giant window.
Oh my god.
Because the car just comes crashing through the giant window and pins him up against a counter. And he tries to use his robotic arm to push the car away, but the car is too strong, and it pops him into man jelly.
A lot of man jelly in this movie.
Yep, a lot of people just exploding into sacks of blood.
Ugh. I guess that's the one effect the fucking CGI artist mastered.
Yeah, he was good at it. I mean, not good at it, but...
Does the car get smashed up in this encounter?
Not really, no. The car looks fine. Yeah. I forget if there were some scratches on it, maybe, but yeah.
Okay, so the car is not going to accumulate battle damage?
Not here. It gets damaged later.
Okay.
But... So... Oh, God. AOC and Gruff Detective have dinner at a fancy Japanese restaurant. So, all aboard the town to Boink Town. The train to Boink Town.
Okay.
Yep. Words. I'm bad at words.
We've noticed.
Yeah.
The train to Boink Town. I miss it so.
Oh, and this drove me crazy. So Gruff Detective is sitting in his car. He's looking over case notes on a super fancy futuristic glass tablet. It's like a clear, bezel-less, like no edge, transparent thing of glass that's got like futuristic Star Trek, Star Wars-y like screens and dials, and he's like swiping back and forth between stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty common nowadays. My
problem is his phone rings, and he answers it, and it's an iPhone 7. This drove me fucking bananas.
Oh, man.
It's not even like just like an iPhone X where it's just like a black brick where you kind of almost can't even tell what it is. It's like a white iPhone with the obvious iPhone home button. It still has a home button.
Oh, man.
Come on.
That's ridiculous.
Yes. How, Larry? How? And AOC has a fancy cell phone that's like this guy's tablet.
So she had... Well, why would you not... Oh, my God. Just use the same prop.
Yes.
Dumb. That's so dumb.
Or have him just talk into the tablet, not have a cell phone.
It's the future. Who's going to question it?
Yep.
It's the guy with a drill finger and a robot arm.
Or just not
and a spring
obviously
dick, I assume.
Show it's an iPhone in the shot.
Right. Yeah.
Like, just have his phone ring and then he's holding up something.
Yeah.
Like, God damn it.
Yeah. I guess it's such a shitty, nonsense, nothing movie that iPhone doesn't care, but I guess they didn't pay for that, so...
Probably not. We don't see like the Apple logo, but like you can tell from the home button, obviously what it is. So yeah, he gets a phone call and he wants a cop to go over to AOC's place and keep an eye on her. He's not sure yet if she's a suspect or a witness, with the DA guy dying. I don't know. It's weird. Okay. So meanwhile, AOC is having a sleepover with her hot black friend. The cyberpunk show up while the
hot
girls...
black friend male or female?
Female.
Okay, I assumed male. I don't know why.
No. Well, yeah, we're progressive, Larry.
Yeah, sure.
Why do we? I don't know if she's female.
All right.
Anyway,
That's fair.
I would boink them.
No, that was never in question. The second you said hot, I'm sure you would.
I would boink Zac Efron. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, the girls bond over tequila and they like make some jokes about how AOC knows some karate moves because she's gonna fight later. So yeah.
Oh, great.
The cyberpunks outside kill the cop, who's watching the place, of course. Mm-hmm. And the scarecrow guy has his drill finger and like drills through the guy's cheek while he's strangling him with wire. It's pretty gross.
God.
A bunch of the cyberpunk goons break in. They very quickly slit the throat of hot black friend.
Oh, no.
Yeah, she's dead. She's dead quick. AOC has a goon like leering over her in her bed, and she reaches into her nightstand and pulls out a giant revolver and shoots him in the head. And then Scarecrow guy runs away, and there's a bit of a gun battle. And she kills all of the goons except Scarecrow guy.
Okay.
There's not a whole lot of goons. I think she only kills 2 goons, so there's not a bunch of goons.
I guess. Sorry, I guess Metal Arm is already dead as well. Right.
Yes, small triumvirate of goons. The hot white hair lady and cravat guy is not there.
Oh, cravat guy, no.
Oh, he'll be back.
Oh, good. The road to revenge is a pretty short one, huh?
Yeah, it is.
It's a fucking 2 driveways.
It's like terrible writing.
Yeah. What a shock.
So, yeah, Scarecrow and AOC run out into the woods, and they have a tussle and roll around and sexy fighting, kung fu, and, yeah, words. Scarecrow guy's top hat does not come off during this, which, yeah, just fun.
Man, it's like Samuel L. Jackson's Kangol hat. It's just part of his head.
Yeah. Revenge car shows up in the woods and turns on its lights dramatically, and Scarecrow guy freezes in his tracks.
Like a deer.
But then, like, gets behind a tree, and Revenge car is like, shit. What can I do?
Immediately foiled, because it's a fucking car!
Yes. Revenge cars are dumb. Ugh. They are very dumb. Okay, so then, I don't even know how this happens, but Scarecrow guy runs away, gets in his own car, and then Revenge car and Scarecrow guy in his car have a car fight where they're car slapping each other.
Oh my god, you have to describe that. What does that mean? What is a car fight? I just drive the doors opening into each other.
No, it's kind of like a car chase, but they bonk into each other a little bit.
Jesus Christ!
It's a car as a character is dumb, very dumb.
Amazing.
So eventually, Revenge car knocks Scarecrow guy's car off a bridge, and the Scarecrow guy's all banged up. But it's just a bridge over another roadway. So he crawls out of his busted up car. He's injured, but Revenge car has magically gotten down to that level and slowly drives over Scarecrow man and pops him.
Again,
so who I thought was the big bad made sense. He's got his whole like southern, you're gonna beg for your life, boy.
Yeah, he's been doing most of the killing.
Yeah, and it's like 30 minutes into the movie that he dies.
Huh, it's weird.
Yep. So that was confusing, and he was built up a lot. Like he's but no, he's just not important. So AOC and Gruff Detective meet up. He stands guard outside her seedy motel room. In the morning, he gives her a bag of potato chips and locks her in the room and says, "You got to stay here and be safe." But she's a strong, independent woman, Larry. So she throws her chair through the window and climbs out and insists on coming along for the investigation. And because Gruff Cop is a good detective, he says, yeah, fuck it, whatever, sure.
What is... now I'm getting confused with the real AOC. What is her job again?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
She's...
What makes her qualified to be a detective sidekick?
She was fucking the DA?
That's it. She's not...
I think she might be a lawyer or something. I don't know.
Okay.
They probably glossed over it and I didn't pick up on it.
All right.
So now the two of them go to a Jappery.
Oh, boy. Oh, dear. Oh, lordy.
It's too hot.
Are you leaving that one in, or?
They go to a Asian underground market. It's very seedy. There is a fat Buddha dude surrounded by some geishas.
Oh, my future. I'm approaching enlightenment more and more every day.
Well, will you have a kick-ass information helmet?
I mean, as soon as the future exists... Look, my ultimate goal in life is to live long enough for virtual reality to become a thing that I can live in virtual reality and literally every human being can just fuck right off.
Well, we're almost there.
I know, I'm very excited.
Fat Buddha, surrounded by geishas, puts on his information helmet to give Gruff Cop some information about the cyberpunks. But as soon as he's about to say something, the cyberpunks show up and fill his Buddha belly full of bullets.
And that's how I intend to die, too.
Amen.
Oh, God.
So Gruff Cop gets in a gun battle. Meanwhile, AOC and the short-hair cyberpunk chick get in a sweet kung fu fight where AOC gets to show off some of her skills.
Sure.
But short-hair cyberpunk chick has a flamethrower arm, apparently. Yep. That's the first I'm learning about that. So she gets, starts shooting some fire at AOC, and AOC's like, oh, no, God, I'm a Democrat.
You have two voices, a gruff detective voice and every woman. God, role-playing sex with you must be amazing.
Yeah, but my wife and I have been doing this weird thing where she role-plays as me and I role-play as her. It's uncomfortable.
I'll pay for that footage.
So hot. So hot. So AOC pulls her gun out and shoots the flamethrower arm, which sets Cyberpunk Girl on fire.
Yeah, sure.
She's just full on head to toe in flames.
Yeah, whatever.
AOC runs outside, and crispy short-hair cyberpunk chick follows, just barely alive. Not on fire anymore, but very crispy. But Revenge Car shows up in the alleyway.
Thank God.
Because it has to finish off the cyberpunks. And Revenge Car runs over her slowly. We don't see her pop, but it's implied. AOC looks at the car in horror, while the driver's side window rolls down very slowly, revealing an empty passenger seat while romantic music plays, and AOC starts throwing up.
What the fuck?
I don't know.
It's so dumb.
I don't understand.
Oh my God.
Okay, so AOC and Gruff Detective are at his apartment. He's got a fish tank, and he's
wait. She just fucking, she starts throwing up, and do we cut away, or does she leave the car, or what?
Yeah, they just cut away.
I guess the car just put on its blinkers and awkwardly backed out?
Yeah, I guess. They didn't really get into that.
Oh, God.
So, yeah, the gruff detective is humanized. He's got his little fish tank, and he makes a joke. Oh, my fish are great listeners. Huh? Yeah. Turns out he's got a daughter, and he's got pictures of her on a fridge, but turns out that daughter got killed by crime, which is why Gruff Detective doesn't like crime, and he wants the crime to go away. So he's a detective.
Of course.
Yep. So they flirt and very quickly make their one-way trip to Boinktown.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, happens fast as shit. While they're grinding on each other on the couch, the camera pans down from the open window to the alleyway below to reveal Revenge Car, sitting and listening to Boinktown.
Listening? With its car ears.
Ominous music starts playing, and the headlights turn on.
It's so dumb.
It's awful.
You know, if you think about it, the safest place to be when a revenge car is coming after you is inside the revenge car.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, God.
We'll see, Larry.
Ah.
There's a climax to this movie, you know?
Of course.
Oh, boy. Okay, so we see evil scientist in a big warehouse of cyberpunkery, and he's giving a speech to an army of cyberpunk goons, and tells them that they're going to stop at nothing to kill Revenge Car, who they all still think is driven by a guy.
Yeah, sure.
And AOC, because they hate the Democrats.
Yeah.
AOC and Gruff Cop, wake up the morning after Boinktown and they're eating some cereal. And she tells him that her theory is that Revenge Car is the DA, and the DA is the Revenge Car, and Finkel is Einhorn.
Finkel.
So,
your gun is digging into my hip.
Transphobia.
Yeah.
So he calls her crazy, and she gets pissy and storms out into the streets where everyone wants her dead. And he's been trying to protect her, but he's like, oh, well, now I fucked her, so she needs her space. Whatever. Okay.
Lordy.
So, Gruff Cop, Jesus. He goes out to get on his motorcycle, but Revenge Car is there to get him, because it boinked AOC. And apparently it is the DA.
Okay.
It just is the DA. It's his soul in there.
We're just not ever going to... I guess we may. I'll let it go. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, not really, no. So it bonks into Gruff Cop's motorcycle, and Gruff Cop runs away through an alley and steals someone else's motorcycle. And then there's a big car chase that ends in a parking garage. And Revenge Car knocks his motorcycle over again and almost kills him. But Gruff Cop climbs a ladder.
Yep. Car defeated. Movie over.
Yes. Just go upstairs.
Seriously. Go inside a building that's got a door small enough that the car can't go through. It's not a fucking Russian tank.
Yeah. Fucking Revenge Car. Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Why would you go to a parking garage? That's his territory. It's his hunting grounds.
It's hunting grounds. Oh, Jesus. Okay, so some cyberpunk goons start chasing Revenge Car. There's another car fight in an abandoned industrial wasteland.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
And, the cyberpunk goons are talking to each other on radios, but we just see the cars. We don't see the people in the cars. So it's almost like the cars are talking. But Revenge Car never talks. But, Revenge Car causes the other car to, crash up over an embankment and go spinning and flying and land upside down. And we hear the person in the car go ah!
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. So, some cops go back to the apartment to pick up AOC, and AOC goes with the cops, even though Gruff Cop told her not to go with any cops because they might not be real cops. But
Didn't she also fucking storm off, and she just come back and was like, well...
I don't know, Larry. Stop trying to put meaningful plot into this.
You're right, it's totally my fault.
I'm gonna mail you more hot dogs.
I'll be shocked if that one shows up. God,
I hope it does. Man, it's really smelling hot doggy up in this desk.
Yeah. It's spoiler. We recorded the Killer Clowns episode before this one, and you did not get up to get it at any point. So it's just been there for literal hours now.
Oh yeah. I've been sitting here for literally 3 hours, and I got the hot dog out of the fridge 3 hours ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and it's not going back in the fridge. It's going in the mail tomorrow. It's just going to sit here on the desk.
You live there. What's wrong with you?
I don't have self-respect.
I'm gonna fucking come home one day and my house is just gonna reek of spoiled hot dog. It's gonna be great.
Do they go through the slot in the door?
Yes.
Oh, the dog's gonna eat it.
No, there's a vestibule that's always closed.
Oh, okay, perfect. Now I don't have to feel guilty. Start mailing dog food. Okay, God, where are we at? So yeah, cops pick up AOC. She hides a gun in her purse though, so she's good. She's cool. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then she gets the drop on them, pulls the gun out when she realizes they're actually working for Knight, the evil scientist. And she gets them to pull over and makes them get out of the car and get on their knees, and she's going to get in the car and drive away. But Revenge Car, who's in the middle of its chase still with a bunch of other cyberpunk goons, just drives by and smashes the fake cops into bits. Just runs over them and they explode.
That seems to be his signature move, sure.
Yep, that's kind of the only kill you can get is Revenge Car.
It's exploding people with yourself.
You're limited. Jesus Christ. So, eventually Revenge Car spins around to face a big, line of cyberpunk goons in their various vehicles with their various weapons. They open fire, but it has no effect on Revenge Car. So Revenge Car charges them, and it makes one of those, hard turns, and then starts spinning sideways, over the other cars in the middle of the air. And while it's doing that...
Oh my god, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
It clips and decapitates two of the cyberpunk guys.
No, that's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Thank you. I knew that was coming.
Holy shit, that's stupid.
And then it, lands on the other side, wheels down, and starts driving off.
Fuck.
No worse for the wear.
Unbelievable.
Revenge Car is now chasing AOC, who's driving the fake cop car. AOC gets on the horn with Evil Scientist, because he was radioing the fake cops before. So now she's,
I was going to say, did she fucking have his cell number? Or I see.
No, she's on, the
Evil Goon Radio. Yep.
My brain is melting.
WEVL Radio. I got you.
So she says she's going to cut a deal, and she's going to lead Revenge Car to the old quarry, and Evil Scientist will tell the cyberpunks to leave her alone. Because they just want Revenge Car and whoever's driving it.
Right.
AOC can't see a problem with this, even though she knows all about Revenge Car. So some goons take AOC hostage, and Revenge Car drives into a trap, where it was a tarp over an empty pool almost, or whatever. So it's the car's rendered.
Scooby-Doo trap.
Yep, exactly. So, God, all the goons start shooting the car like crazy. They set the car on fire. They start smashing it with hammers and 2x4s.
Yeah,
while it's just in at a 45-degree angle in the pit.
Sure,
wheels spinning. And we see, thank God he's back, Cravat Guy. He gets the secret chip out of the car and takes AOC prisoner while she whines, "But we had a deal!" And Cravat Guy's like, "We wanted the guy who was driving the car, and there's no one in the car." He's like, but it's Revenge Car! This is the stupidest fucking movie I've ever seen.
So dumb. Holy shit, that's dumb.
Okay. AOC is shackled to a wall in a dungeon in the evil scientist's lair. He drops by to say hello, and they start having a little chit-chat. AOC says, "I was happy sometimes in the rooms with rich, smart, smiling people, but sometimes..." And then he's like, "Just sometimes? What about the other times?" And she's like, "Sometimes I fantasized about watching all their guts spill on the ground." And evil scientist says, winks and says, "Welcome to the night. You're bad. You're a bad person. You hate people. You be a criminal now."
What?
And she's like, "Oh, okay, sure."
What just happened?
I don't know. Don't ask me questions. Stop. Okay, so Revenge Car got all busted up, right? We cut to an old man who apparently was, I think, the star of the original The Car movie from the 1970s.
Okay, sure.
He's got his little cameo here. He owns a junkyard, and he finds the remains of Revenge Car, which the cyberpunks just dumped in a random junkyard, privately owned. Right.
Just explode it.
Yeah, I know. And then he starts fixing up Revenge Car.
But why?
He, looks at it and is like, "Oh, yeah, baby. Yeah. I don't know."
Is he gonna fuck the car?
Well, he starts talking to the car and works on it. Yeah, we're gonna get you fixed up, girl. We're gonna get you nice and purty for daddy.
Car. He's gonna put his penis inside that car.
He tries to turn on Revenge Car, and it sputters and doesn't turn over. And then he's like, oh, damn, I thought I was going to get to fuck this car, but it's still dead. So he gets out, walks in front of the car, and then Revenge Car comes to life, and its engine revs. And the old guy's like, oh, boy, I'm in for a hell of a night. And the Revenge Car splatters him, and his guts go flying everywhere.
Sure. Whatever. Revenge Car is clearly one of our many villains.
Yeah. Gruff Cop goes to the strip club and demands to see the mad scientist.
I forgot about him.
Car. Revenge Car shows up at the same time and splats some goons, and all the bouncy titty girls go running.
Oh, man.
Get some more titties here, by the way.
Oh.
I know, it was great. AOC has made buddies with the mad scientist, and they go to another part of the lair, and it turns out the assistant DA, the mousy guy from earlier, is all bound and gagged. And mad scientist says, all right, have some fun with this guy. You better torture the fuck out of him. So then she, starts picking up torture implements while the assistant DA is whimpering, like, please don't hurt me. She gets some, I guess, rubbing alcohol or, 100% ethanol or something. Some flammable liquid. And she's like, ooh, boy, I'm going to have fun with this. And she picks up a lighter, and the assistant DA is whimpering. But then she takes a big swallow, or she pours the alcohol all over assistant DA, like she's going to set him on fire. And then she takes a big mouthful of it, so she's presumably going to blow a fireball onto him to burn him alive. But then she blows a fireball in Mad Scientist's face and stabs him in the eye with a pen.
It's just so needlessly complicated. Oh my god.
Yeah. So she runs away, even though, Cravat Guy's right there. She still just runs off and escapes.
Is Mad Scientist dead or just wounded?
No, he's fine. His robot eye is just dangling out of the socket.
Oh, sure, right. Forgot.
And he's like, goons, go get her. Very Shakespearean.
Sure, so he's from the London branch, not the New York branch.
Yeah, so Cravat Guy goes running, and then he just casually sets the DA on fire, because why not?
Yeah, sure.
AOC and Cravat Guy get in a slap fight.
I can hear it in my head, and it's great.
She ends up, because he's got a robot arm too. I guess all the cyberpunks have robot arms. I guess
that's probably a really easy effect to do.
Yeah. So she ends up cutting off his arm and then hatchets him in the neck, and Cravat Guy's dead.
Oh,
he got a hatchet through his cravat.
I keep a hatchet in my car for protection, and that is not a joke.
If you see anyone with a cravat, just don't think twice.
In the neck. My thought is that if I'm ever fucked with by somebody, considering that the world is going crazy, not that I expect to be, but no one's going to want to fight a guy who's holding a hatchet.
I would suggest hold a warm, sweaty hot dog, and you'll look more threatening. You just get out of the car, swinging a hot dog around, screaming at the top of your lungs. It'd be terrifying.
Jesus Christ. I will not let this turn into
hot dog hour.
I will not let this turn into a hot dog paste podcast.
Too late.
I refuse.
The Mosker Ire podcast.
My lawyers have advised me please do not keep saying that.
What other hot dog brands are there?
Jew. There's a Jew hot dog
brand.
Ballpark.
Oh, right. Anne Frank.
Fuck. Hebrew National. That's what I was thinking of.
Nathan's. Now, man, I got hot dogs out the ass.
It's true. I haven't had a hot dog in so long.
Well, you will.
Great.
You'll be the proud owner of a hot dog.
There's no way that thing fucking comes in the mail.
Oh,
there's no way.
I think we should double or nothing.
No.
You just don't want to mail a hot dog.
I don't want to mail 2 hot dogs, no.
It would have to be a different hot dog.
I'm going to settle for my win.
So Gruff Cop and AOC bump into each other in the dungeon tunnels, and Mad Scientist chases them with a machine gun. But Revenge Car shows up in the tunnels and gets the drop on him.
This fucking car is just in every scene.
Yeah.
How does it know where this shit is happening?
It's revenge car.
So upset.
So it smashes into the mad scientist. Mad scientist goes through the windshield and is like halfway in, halfway out of the car. And then it makes another hard turn. And if you know anything about cars and windshields, if you're embedded in the middle of a broken windshield and a car makes a hard turn, that cuts you in half.
Yeah, okay, sure. I mean, the car already explodes people.
Is spliced in twain, and he's dead. So the villain's dead, except Revenge Car is kind of a villain.
The Revenge Car is absolutely the villain.
It's
the second gruff detective put his sweet, sweet dick inside of AOC's, bits and bobs.
Yeah, her fucking communist vagina.
All right, take it easy there, fucking boogaloo boy.
Oh, God. AOC decides they need to stop Revenge Car.
No shit, you fucking dunce.
So she just is walking around and finds a whole bunch of dynamite.
Yeah, I mean, right.
And they decide they're gonna lure Revenge Car into a warehouse, and she has a speech to Revenge Car like, "What did you think? We're gonna still be in love and have car babies and go on car honeymoon?"
Is that what she actually says, or is that you being you? Because I could believe either.
She has a speech about what did you think we were, I don't know, gonna be together, or you stupid car. What's your problem?
God.
And then they lure Revenge Car onto the forks of a forklift, which Gruff Cop raises 2 inches, which renders the car completely useless.
It's true. It's true.
Because its wheels are off the ground.
It's ruined forever.
And then they run out of the warehouse.
It's so easy to defeat a car. I could do it, and I'm a dunce.
They run out of the warehouse while not only did they find dynamite, but they found a digital timer that counts down the seconds.
They run out of the warehouse when they've effectively neutralized the threat.
They run out because the bomb is counting, because the digital timer they only found was good for 30 seconds.
Oh, of course.
And then big explode, Revenge Car is dead. Yay.
Or is it?
Or is it? That's the question, Larry.
No. I was kidding.
We cut to AOC on a stretcher. Gruff Detective gives her a smooch, and then bursting out of the exploded warehouse is all exploded Revenge Car that isn't dead, but is all exploded. It crashes into the stretcher. Good Gruff Cop dives out of the way. But AOC goes tumbling off the stretcher, through the smashed windshield, into the Revenge Car.
Oh my god. So she's safe forever.
Revenge Car drives away with its prize. Revenge Car speeds toward a cliff.
Yeah, I guess unless it kills itself is the only way to really get... Okay. Oh
yeah, it's going out with AOC.
Great.
They're going out in a blaze of glory.
Mm-hmm. Laverne and Shirley.
But Laverne... despite it burning her hands, plunges her hands into the mangled up, exploded dashboard and pulls out the CPU of the car. And the car, powers down. It's like... and it comes to a stop right at the edge of the cliff.
Naturally.
She climbs out, and she gets behind the car and very dramatically pushes the car off the cliff into the water.
Sure.
And the movie is over. We see one final shot.
Wow.
Revenge Car at the bottom of the lake.
Wait.
And the lights turn on!
Of course.
No! Larry! Come on! Why do you do this to me?
It's so easy to defeat a car.
It really is. That's the whole movie, is just them defeating the car. Oh, just go inside. Let me just climb a ladder. Oh, let's just raise your wheels 2 inches off.
You've defeated the car forever. Unless the building falls down, you've defeated the car forever.
Revenge Car.
Oh, Lord.
I think this is the worst movie I've seen.
That is impressive. It sounds terrible.
Yeah, it just was all over the place. And, I mean, I guess Yeah, I mean, the acting was pretty bad because like the Scarecrow guy was really hamming it up and like trying to dial it up to 11, but just didn't come off as scary. Just, I don't know. But yeah, the special effects, I mean, it's 2019, so they're palatable, but for being in 2019, they're not very good.
Right.
It's definitely low budget. The writing is awful. The villain's confusing. The DA is confusing. The Scarecrow guy was built up to be the big bad and then isn't.
Yeah, he dies pretty quick.
The evil scientist does not get more than like 5 minutes of screen time, even though he's kind of supposed to be the villain. It's weird. It's weird, just very poorly written.
It's weird to build up to the showdown between AOC and the car, but have like all the middle stuff that doesn't really progress the AOC and car storyline, you know?
Yeah, their relationship... AOC and the car are not together very often.
Right. But that's like the big deal. Like once she gets tenderly fucked, that's like the big, you know, that's what turns him from kind of vigilante, dickheaded vigilante into full-time villain. But we don't really, it doesn't sound like it ever explores that.
No. It explores nothing. It's terrible.
What a nightmare.
Yeah, this is 1 out of 10. This is just bad on every level.
Oh man, that is incredible.
It is. It's bad enough that I would sit through it again, though, to make someone else witness it and suffer. It's excitingly bad. It's enjoyable to hate it so much. It's not just drab like a shitty romantic comedy.
Sure. I kind of want to see the scene of the car flipping and decapitating the people just to see how stupid it is.
Yeah, it's probably about an hour in.
Oh my god.
It's fucking awful. And again, bad CGI where the heads just go like poof and there's a little plume of blood.
What? Boy, I may have to watch bits and pieces of this.
It's interesting. Jesus Christ.
Good Lord.
Oh god, there's no way your movie for me is gonna be as bad as this.
Probably not. No.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have it easier next week or 2 weeks from now. Next week though,
oh man,
I found a couple of good ones.
Great.
So
I'm struggling, man. I had a couple, but they're various reasons I couldn't end up using them. So I'm grasping at straws here. I got to get a good backlog.
I'm not sure if I want to give you a choice or not.
Good.
Would you rather see another horror movie or a faith-based movie?
Faith-based.
Oh, boy. Are you sure?
No, but do it anyway.
You are watching Sunrise in Heaven.
Oh, what is that? That sounds so bad.
It looks pretty rough. Although there's one person in the movie you will know.
Oh, no. Oh, God. Oh, just the fucking cover art.
Yeah.
Oh, Netflix is screwing up. Corbin Burnson. Oh, that's Henry Spencer. Okay, I know him.
Yep, that's the guy I knew you would know. Also famous for being in Cheers.
Corbin Burnson was in Cheers. I didn't know that.
Yeah, I never really saw Cheers. I just know he's in it.
Yeah, I didn't really either. He's in Psych, and I love...
He plays the revenge car in Cheers.
Oh, so a couple's epic... Oh, fuck. Jesus Christ. A Sunrise in Heaven, a couple's epic love story, faces a tragic twist of fate, putting their family and faith to a heartbreaking test.
Oh, boy.
Based on true events.
Oh, I didn't even know that. Even better. Larry, you're going to get some Jesus in your life.
I don't want Jesus in my life.
Jesus is coming into you, Larry. Whether you like it or not.
He's such a knob.
Oh, you just got to wait for his big burly carpenter arms to envelop you in the hug of Christ.
Gross. Gross.
Oh, you'll feel loved. You'll feel loved.
I don't think I will.
You will.
Man, it's been a while since we've done a romance. Oh, dear.
Yeah, it looked pretty cringy. I just watched 30 seconds in the middle.
Oh, God.
And then skipped ahead and saw Corbin Burnson. I was like, okay, that's enough.
Man, I really like Psych is one of my favorite shows. Like,
I know.
It's gonna be.
I want to ruin it for you.
Oh man, we've already had Timothy Odmanson on this show.
Yeah,
for
he's kind
Woody
of ruined.
Woodpecker.
Yep. I can never look at him the same way again.
Thankfully, I didn't have to watch that.
No, I'm not going to say that. I was going to say something awful about that
please,
poor man.
Please don't, man.
I know. I like him. He just made one horrible mistake. Horrible mistake.
That's true.
It's like when you kill a whole family. Like
some kind of revenge car.
You shouldn't be judged just for being a revenge car.
All right. Well, like I said, I've had a bit of a struggle lately, so I don't have a choice for you. And it's actually in the same genre. It's not horror. I guess this is The Car Road to Revenge is supposed to be horror, I think.
Is it? It's not another car movie, is it?
No. It's just another action type movie.
Okay.
Which
I can deal with that.
I wanted to, like I said, I found a couple I really wanted you to watch, but I told you before we started recording, they're like 2 hours plus long. Every goddamn one I found that I was excited about. And we have a loose agreement not to do that to each other without real special cause. So your movie this time, I chose it based on the director and based on one singular image I saw as I was scrolling through Netflix. So your movie is called 6 Underground.
Oh, I saw the thumbnail.
It stars Ryan Reynolds, who I cannot take seriously when he does serious roles, which this attempts to be.
6? It's a Netflix original?
I believe so, yeah.
Oh, yeah, starring Ryan Reynolds. Okay. I like Ryan Reynolds. Okay, after faking his death, a tech billionaire recruits a team of international operatives for a bold and bloody mission to take down a brutal dictator.
So, this movie is directed by Michael Bay.
Ah, damn it. Ah.
Which says a lot. And the one image I saw that drew me to it was as I was scrolling past it, there was a woman. There's a woman just lounging in a chair in a green construction worker color green dress wearing a pink gas mask. And I thought, well, that is just the dumbest thing I've ever seen. And
what is that?
I watched 2 minutes of it, and it just had Ryan Reynolds, I'm being very dramatic, monologue. And I just thought, yeah, this is fine.
Oh,
this will do.
Damn it, I like me some Ryan Reynolds.
I don't
like Michael Bay.
I like him in comedy. I don't like him in serious. I can't take him seriously.
No, he's too goofy.
But he's like, I'm a serious assassin, man. I'm sorry, I'm absolutely stealing your gruff detective voice.
Please do, by all means.
So, that was... So enjoy a Michael Bay flick. And I think is it 2020 or 2019? I think it's recent.
2019.
Okay, yeah. So is Sunrise in Heaven. So we're getting to new stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just thank God I'm out of the 80s.
Fresh blood. So make sure you guys stay tuned, because next week we have Sunshine in Heaven. And after that, 6 Ryan Reynolds sitting in a tree.
Sextuplets starring Ryan Reynolds.
Ah, damn it.
If
6
only.
Underground. So he kills 6 people?
I think the agents' names are 1 through 6. Which is just so dumb.
Wait, are they moles?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Because they'd be underground then.
Oh, kill yourself.
Don't
kill yourself, but...
Hey, if I kill myself, I'm going to revenge car you. And you'll open the door to the revenge car, and what's going to pour out?
Hot dogs.
Hot dogs.
What do you drive nowadays?
A revenge car.
No, dumbass. Make and model.
Honda Civic.
Okay. That sounds terrifying.
Car. It's terrifying.
Yeah, terrifying.
Okay.
I just want that on my tombstone. Killed by a haunted Honda Civic.
Go to a dealership. How many hot dogs would fit inside of the cab?
I will not let this become a hot dog podcast.
Too late. We're on the hot dog train to hot dog town.
How much can I talk about hot dogs in this movie about Jesus?
Enough.
Oh, man.
The main character is obsessed with his hot dog, and Corbin Burnson, whatever, doesn't want his hot dog going anywhere near his daughter. Because Jesus,
our Lord and Savior.
Well, thank you so much for listening. Do all of the podcast things, which involves going to Facebook, going to Twitter, sending us an email, balesonnetflix@gmail.com. Make sure to rate and subscribe. Tell your friends, tell your lovers, tell your enemies, especially. If you hate this podcast, they'll probably hate it too, and you should all keep listening.
It's true. We want your enemies to listen.
We want everyone to suffer as much as we do.
It's true.
That's why we do this.
We really have just created a podcast where we both have to suffer.
And remember, our goal
is...
It's
such a bad idea!
Our goal is to waste a millennia of human time by the amount that the human species has listened to us jabber on about shitty fucking movies. So every listen that you give gets us closer to our goal of wasting 1,000 years of human productivity.
It's contributing to our nefarious plot to waste time, yes.
Yeah, the species needs to downfall faster. We're ruining the planet.
Well, we keep it up. We're certainly helping in that regard.
Gotta make way for the whales, make way for the snails, baby.
Hey.
That's what I say.
You know what they say? Bathe the whales. Make way for the snails?
Bathe the whales? They live in the ocean. Why would you bathe them?
I think your thing merits revisit. Make way for the whales and make way for the snails?
Well, yeah, they rhyme.
Oh. Yeah, I guess they do.
Yeah. That was pretty much the only reason I said that.
We shouldn't be allowed to have a podcast, should we?
Yeah, well, let's just finish up on the hot dog subject. What are you feeling about footlongs?
It hurts to sit afterwards.
Yeah. If you actually measure them, it's a lie.
I haven't seen a footlong hot dog since I was 6 years old. I was at Disney World.
Oh,
I was at Disney World.
I do not like this story. Stop.
I was at Disney World with my grandparents.
You're being molested by Mickey Mouse. I don't want to hear this.
I was molested by Goofy, allegedly. I was at Disney World with my grandparents, and my grandma went to go get hot dogs, and my grandpa and I waited on a bridge, and I played Pooh Sticks. You know what Pooh Sticks is?
No,
okay, I can tell by the look at your stupid
some
face.
Weird family game where you play with your own feces.
No, it's from Winnie the Pooh, you idiot. You drop 2 sticks in a river under a bridge, and you go over to the other side of the bridge to see which stick comes out faster. It's from Winnie the Pooh.
That's fucking stupid.
Oh, what did you do as a kid?
Jerked off a lot.
I was gonna say jerked off, but I thought that's too easy. And yeah, it took her an hour to come back with the footlong hot dogs, and they were cold.
I was gonna say it took an hour for the sticks to come out from underneath.
No! Oh my god. It's not about the Pooh Sticks. It's just it's one of my earliest memories. One of my earliest memories of being alive involves footlong hot dogs.
Explains so much. Oh god. Well, make sure to stay tuned next week as we descend even further into madness. Oh, God bless us all. We love you.
Oh, it's really a later from Hot Dog